So I'm gonna make another video. It just so happened to be that I was getting a new guitar in today, just a few days after the last video. So I guess this is gonna be a quick unboxing right now, because I just got home from work. I'm tired, I'm dirty, I need a shower. But I wanted to get this open so I can mess with it a little bit before I do all that. And then I'll record more later talking about it a little bit. But let's see here. Okay, so you see, what happened was I was recording until I picked it up and was like trying to get a zoom to where I could zoom in on the box. And then I was like, I got it. I started unboxing. I unboxed the whole thing. I finished up the unboxing part, and so went to look at the footage today. It's next morning. Well, now it's the next night. But come to realize that when I picked it up to make the adjustment, I somehow stopped it from recording, and so I have no unboxing. However, I do have this. This was in the box, and I can't really do an unboxing, but I can do an unzipping. So this is gonna have to do for the moment, but now I got some things to say about this thing after you find out what it is. But I knew that tariffs are coming, right? Tariffs are coming. Made in Mexico strats are gonna get expensive. More expensive than they currently are. So I figured, let me get a made in Mexico strat, or I'm sorry, not strat, Fenders, made in Mexico Fenders. Let me get a Fender that I want made in Mexico before that happens. I already have a made in Mexico strat. I'm very happy with it. But ever since I got into this a year ago, I've been seeing this thing and I'm like, this isn't a Fender. What the heck is that thing? That looks like somebody took a Stratocaster and a Jazzmaster and this was the result. I think it looks amazing. I know some people don't like the futuristic look, but wow, you know, I think they were going for something Jazzmaster-ish because it's got the little swoopies on either side. I don't know if you can really see that on this camera at this angle. It's got the little fart symbols. But what it is about this thing that I have to say is when I open this up, it was in that white foamy stuff that they put on them. I pulled it out of there to find the D string, a wound string of all the strings, snapped at the tuner and just hanging around in there. So I did replace just that one temporarily, but then I started looking at the strings that they give you here, which, by the way, one of the things is they got colored ball ends. I don't know if that's a D'Addario only thing, but it makes me wonder if they use D'Addarios. But these strings are rusty in spots. I don't know how long this thing's been sitting, but it's gonna get a whole new set very soon. Also, I wasn't sure what I was gonna think of Pal Faro. I like dark fingerboards, and this thing is not dark at all. However, that being said, there are some really cool lines in the grain of this thing. I'm gonna have to get you guys a better look at it up close. But I've been playing it since last night, and problems. I've seen videos online where people talk about how they've caught wiring issues inside, things not being grounded right, things like that. I might be having a small issue with that. One thing is the switch very wiggly back and forth, right? And when I was putting it into the bridge position last night and earlier today, it would keel off. And then I thought maybe I played with the volume knob. No, I tap the switch, all of a sudden it works. So I think something's not soldered there right. But for now, I tightened up the switch to make sure it wasn't as wobbly, and I haven't had that problem. When I take the strings off, I'm definitely gonna like take off the pick guard just to check all the wiring and make sure the solder joints are all good. But yeah, for now, I'm going to cut the video here as far as, hey, look, I unzipped it, and I'll come back to talk more about it specifically and what I think of it over near my desk where my amp is. I might actually try to play something for you guys. But anyway, I'll be back. All right, so what I have to say about this thing is pretty awesome. It was a letdown to open up the package when I got it to have the D string snapped up here. I think maybe when they strung it up, they just did it really quick and like really cranked, you know, that locking tuner down. With that, and then when you put the switch into that neutral position, you can feel it wiggle side to side, which that is what weirds me out. However, when I put it into that, you know, bridge position, that's when that sound just cuts sometimes. Sometimes. It hasn't happened since I've really tightened this, but the fact that tightening it stopped that from happening makes me really think there's something loose in there. But I can check that and figure that out myself, right? No biggie. And I was looking at it more, and you know, earlier I said it was like a Jazzmaster and a Stratocaster shoved together. To me, it's like a Stratocaster, a Telecaster, and a Jazzmaster all shoved together into one guitar, which is honestly really damn cool. I mean, that fade in person is so much prettier. There's so much to like about it. And like I said, also is I wasn't sure about Pal Ferro. However, let me see if I can get this closer here. Do you see that there's this isn't strings or dirty, like there's lines that run through it all the way down. It's a cool look. I don't hate it, and I'm actually really curious what it might look like after, you know, I change strings, clean it, oil it, and all that. Made in Mexico Fender, about 800 and change, right? For that, like what you're getting in this thing is pretty awesome. It's got an S1 switch. These humbuckers sound amazing. You get a premium or string tree, like one of the little roller type ones. That's not really rollers, but it has the two little grooves there. You can see that there, right? You get locking premium tuners. Very nice tremolo. Like everything about it feels like stuff that honestly I have on my my American Performer one or whatever, or American Professional one, Telecaster, the Dark Knight colored one. It doesn't have locking tuners. It just has premium tuners, right? The back of the neck on this one, like that feels like that ultra satin stuff that came on that American Professional. I will say the fret ends feel okay, right? I'll end up doing a fret dressing, and I'm sure at that point they'll feel amazing. And I am going to roll the fingerboard myself. At this price point, I don't expect a rolled fingerboard, and I've learned how to do it after doing it on like 3 or 4 other guitars, right? So that I'll get done myself. But overall, I think what you get here for a Player Plus, like that's pretty awesome. Like I'm very happy with it. Now, the setup was kind of bad too, right? It wasn't staying in tune. There was a ton of relief in the neck, and there was about a centimeter of space around the 12. I mean, it was, you know. But I went ahead and I adjusted the truss rod to get the neck almost barely the littlest, tiniest amount of relief now. I set up the tremolo to be slightly floating, like barely floating, and lowered the action down just a tad bit. Honestly, after I adjusted the truss rod, the action improved a lot. But then I went ahead and I got the low E string at about 1.5, 1.25, gradually, changing across the board there. I put a little spring in there so that can just basically be wherever I want it to be when I want it. It's got that 2-point trim. Everything about this thing to me feels like really premium, and I don't see enough people playing around with Meteoras. Maybe people just hate the shape. I don't know. I know I really like it. I'm gonna throw in a clip of me playing something on this, something that, like, when I started with the guitar, one of the songs that I said, like, if I could ever learn this song, it would be worth it. And it's just me. I've always wanted to be able to play this song. But Mike McCready playing Yellow Ledbetter, I am nowhere near done trying to learn that yet. But when I first started and I saw my first tutorial on Yellow Ledbetter, I was like, there's no way. I'm not learning that. But I think over the course of the last year, I've gotten quite a bit better at trying to play that, especially for just not even trying for the first half of the year. I've learned a little bit of the solo, not the whole thing. So don't judge this as me trying to play the song. It's just me playing the bits and pieces of the song that I've kind of learned and stringing them together. But we can go to that now, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. And I guess, I wish more people would try it out. See more videos of people actually saying what they think of this thing online. But yeah, I dig it. I dig it a lot. I've never thought I was going to be saying this before, but please, if you like this content whatsoever, please like, maybe subscribe. That would be cool. Maybe my next video is me actually pulling this thing apart to change the strings, clean this up, look in here, see what's going on with that. I like tinkering with shit. I'm going to tinker with it. So maybe we catch you in the next one. But for now, later. No.